So Miss Vegas has the videos for 5.2 RSGs on, so if I don't clarify everything, you could probably go there and she'll get stuff for you or explain things to you. But basically, what you'll see is like these graphs and triangles on your task. And for the task, what we had to do is pretty much like it says here for the first one. Draw and describe the solid of a revolution formed by rotating this triangle about the x-axis. So obviously you know this is the x-axis right here. So what she had us do was draw the reflection. And you have to be really visual with it, and you have to picture it spinning around really fast so that it almost looks solid. And that's why this circle is here, because you're going to be able to see it. Most likely, if it's spinning that fast, you'll see that. So that's what she had us do, and she had us do like a little drawing right here to help us without the graph, or the graph. And then she gave us the equation for this, which is 1/3 pi r squared h, and we had to find the radius and the height. The radius is 2 because it's half of this, that's how long this line is right here, that's 2. But the height is 4 because 2 plus 2 is 4, right? And then we plugged it into this equation and solved it. One thing she said is that she wants to make sure we have units. Now, because it's not giving us like inches or centimeters because it's a graph, she said just to use the letter U, and we have to indicate whether it's volume or area or perimeter, and by doing so you would put the exponents. Now for volume, the exponent of any unit would be 3, for area it would be 2, and for perimeter it'd just be 1. She also had us do this one in class too. It's kind of blurry, I know, but it's like if you really wanted to you could solve it, but I'm showing you. So we had to draw the reflection on the other side, and since this is the y-axis here, that's why we drew it on this side. And she said just to picture it spinning around really fast, and you have to remember that it's solid because it's shaded in here, and that both the top and the bottom are going to be going around when it's spinning really fast, so it's solid. That's why I have that note there. So she had us draw like a little diagram again like we did over here, but for this one of what it would look like, and it's somewhat like a cylinder, like a hockey puck, like something like that. And for this one, to find the volume, it would be the cylinder subtract the cone. So the cylinder, this is the equation for that, and the cone, it's the same equation that you used in this problem here. Now you would plug it in. Now you could solve it like this, that's what she had us do at first, but she wanted to show us that because this part right here, the pi r squared h is the same as pi r squared h here, it's just like a 1 in front of here and 1/3 here. So if you were to subtract the 1/3 from the 1, you get 2/3. And you could just use one of these as here, 2/3 pi r squared h. Then we plugged in these numbers here to here, r being the radius and h being the height. We get the height because it's 2 little cubes up, and we get 4 because it's half of the 8 here going across. So that's how we got those numbers. Now for here, the directions are pretty simple. It's just to draw the figure. And so it just reflecting pretty much here. Ignore this one. She didn't have us do this one, but I did it because I wasn't paying attention. Anyways, so we just had to reflect it over like this, and you could just do that by looking at the points, like this is 4 here, so this is going to be a 4 on this side. This is 4 here, so this is going to be 4 on this side. So the reason why we said it's going to be a vase is because it's not filled in. It's not shaded like these ones, so it's going to be hollow, and a vase is hollow. In the video, she goes over how to do, she refreshes us, refreshes our minds about how to do this. Really, it's like so katoa, if you remember that from Ms. Q's class. She does a better job explaining it, but pretty much, like here, it's sin p, right? And since it's so, which is opposite over hypotenuse, so you would go to angle p, right? And the hypotenuse is this one right here, if you remember. And so, since sin is opposite, it would be 24 over here because it's the opposite angle, which is this one. And since it's h, it would be 26. That's why we got that. But then you can simplify it to this number here. And then with it's adjacent over hypotenuse. So you go to the angle P because that's the angle it's telling you. Adjacent means next to, if you remember, which is 10. Since it's h, like here, it's 26. So it's 10 over 26, which can also be reduced. And then tan, which tan from angle P, you go to P, tan is opposite over adjacent, opposite, 24, and adjacent is 10, and that's how we got this number. And you go to same here, and here, the little angle sign is this angle right here. Same for here, this one is these ones here. Here, she also explains it. All you have to do is like cut it down the middle and like trace it and then copy the image on the side. For this side, which is also part of the task, she said we also have to finish doing that. We have to do the tasks for homework too. This one, if I read the directions correctly, and if we did have to do this, it's pretty much saying that you have to draw a line that's going through both axes. So this is how I visualized it, and then the shape would be like a parabola or something. I'm not entirely sure. We don't have to do 7. For this one, it's working backwards, so we just have to get the basic outline. So like for the bell, like it has this one, you could trace part of it, and so that's what you would do here, trace part of it here. And then same for this one. We would kind of go out, in, and then out and back a little bit in. We would kind of do that here. Same with this one, except for this one. She said not to include the little like tails here. You could include the fire, but you don't have to. So it'd just be like a really basic shape. This is just a continuation of doing the outlines. Here, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just have to find something supposedly that would be in your house that would have this if it were being revolved. This one, you just have the equations here. She said you could either leave it as radical function, ratio, I don't know, whatever. Or you can put it in a decimal form. Here, she says that B is the area of the base. So the base is the circle part. So pretty much you're getting the equation, which is pi r squared, because she gave that to us in the section before. You plug those numbers in, and then you use that number, plug it into B, and then it's given you H, and then you just plug it in and solve. And that's pretty much all you have to do.